Hey everybody, this is Rod of Black Hills Fireplace. Today we have a special treat for everyone. We're going to be doing a little ride along, and we're going to see what it is that we do on a daily basis here at Black Hills Fireplace. We're going to do some framing. We're going to frame the chase of the unit. We're going to do probably a little bit of plumbing, running some gas line, and then the actual install of the unit. So I hope you guys enjoy, and we're going to be in the beautiful Black Hills today. It's a gorgeous day, so I hope you enjoy. First things first, we need to get some food. Food and drink.
Dale loves a good meal on the job right when we start.
Yeah, just a little break time right off the bat. So we got the whole install crew. There's 3 other guys, Jesse, James, and Jared. So that gets real confusing. And we have Jeremy today, so that makes it even worse.
Rod is showing off his backing up skills. I think this is how that fender got taken out. While Rod isn't here, you want to say your thoughts about Rod real quick, James?
He's an outstanding individual, and I love the guy.
Is he your father?
Yeah, you know, mine's back in Colorado, so he's the closest thing I got.
We're here at the job. It's in a beautiful spot in the Black Hills, just off Sheridan Lake Road. First, we do have some gas line that needs to be run. So let me show you what's going on with that, and then I'll show you what's going on with the roof too. So we have our main feed here coming to the house, and down below we have a line running into the home. So the guys are in there right now trying to detach the pipe that's in there now so that they can add on a T to run some flex over to our unit. As far as our roof goes, we have a steel roof that we're going to have to make our termination through. So we're going to drill a hole up through the ceiling, which we'll show you that later, and then cut our hole for that roof. So this is a modular home, so there is a crawl space down below, and the guys have to get underneath that crawl space, in the crawl space, so that they can make that connection for the gas line. Kind of a tight area, so we let the skinny guys go under there and take care of that work. And so they'll be under there running their gas line for a little bit. So let's go check out what's going on inside. So this is actually a Panorama 36 that we're going to be installing. I thought we were installing a builder unit, but this is a step up above that. Basically, these units have better media features. They come with blowers. It puts out about 28,000 BTUs. It stands for British Thermal Unit, which is just a fancy way of telling you how much energy it puts out for the home. So this is a pretty nice unit, mid-grade unit. Very popular, and hopefully we get it burning today so you can take a look at it. So all we're doing is we're getting our framing set in place, ready to go. And then what we'll do is we'll just make sure that this is truly center in the room, and then we'll get our platform built next, and then get the unit set on there and start running our venting here pretty soon. Okay, so we got the guys up on the roof, and they went ahead and drilled their hole through the center of the chase on the inside, and basically we use a long bit, a 2-foot bit, to get up through so that we can make that hole all the way through. And they cut a hole on the top side on the corrugated steel, the size of that venting. Actually, we leave about 1 to 2 inch clearance for that venting. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put the venting all together, push it up through the hole on the inside, and then they'll make their connections up there based on how high they want that venting to be and keeping it clear of any combustible materials. Okay, so this is our attic insulation shield. As you can see, they got blow-in insulation, so it makes a big mess up there once we cut our hole to go through the roof. We don't want any of that insulation falling back onto the venting. As long as we're able to cover these ends up and seal them on the inside of this and no insulation gets down into the boxed area, then we're okay. So we're gonna go ahead and fit that, and then this is where we'll run our venting through this attic insulation shield. There's a 1-inch clearance already on the inside, which keeps our venting from touching any combustibles, and it keeps those clearances. So we're gonna go ahead and get this fitted, and then we'll run our venting up through. The hardest roof to do is the steel roofs. They're corrugated, so the rubber boot has to fit perfectly on there, and it has to be a perfect seal, perfect conditions, but that's probably the hardest part. They're preparing a bracket up top that we actually put the venting through to attach the venting so that it doesn't move in the wind. But then after that, they have to get the boot on. That takes a little bit of finesse and time to make sure everything is sealed correctly and tight. So that's the hardest part of this whole process. Push down on that just slowly. Gently. Okay, here we go. Where do you want it? Okay. So basically what they're doing on the roof is they're measuring to make sure they have 24 inches on the high side. That way if any snow builds up or anything like that, it gives it plenty of room so that the venting can still breathe and do its thing. Once he's got it completely attached, then we'll level this out and we'll strap this into the framing so that it doesn't move around. So we always make sure the unit is level because basically it could mess with the flames. If your burner is tilted, it can cause some weird effects with that. And it just looks better if they go to do any finishing work with the tile or anything like that. It's going to cause a crooked effect in there. So we just make sure that the unit's set level just for those few reasons. Basically what we're doing here is we're attaching the venting to the unit. So we've run Millpack, which is a sealant, high temp sealant. And then we'll run some more Millpack around the air intake and then push that down and do the same thing, seal it with that Millpack and the screws. And then that way the whole system is airtight. Being that this is a corrugated steel roof, we had to use a rubber boot on this unit, and the rubber boot follows the shape of the corrugation. That way everything can stay tight and clean. They'll silicone, a hefty amount of silicone around that seal, and then screw everything down nice and tight. And there is a specific process to installing one of these rubber boots so that it looks that good right there. You got to make sure you start at the ridges and tighten and work your way out to make that aluminum bend and seal real tight to the steel roof. We go ahead and put a storm collar over the top of the rubber boot just to give it that extra little bit of seal, just in case anything tries to get down in there. Keep talking? Fine. si vero. Thank you. So this is the finished product of a P36. As you can see, it's got some nice little glowing embers in there. It does have a fan. Like mentioned before, of course, this is not the finished product. I think the customer is going to just do a finished drywall on this product. So once the customer gets everything closed in, and there's a mantle that's going to go here too, a non-combustible mantle. Besides that, it's a beautiful unit, and we hope you enjoy the video.
So if you could fire one of those people there,
Fire.
if you had to fire one and promote one,
Fire one and promote one. I'd probably fire James and then promote Jesse, our least experienced guy with fireplaces or gas or anything.
if you could
James
pick
is
one guy
overrated.
that did the least today. No, I'm just joking.
That'd probably be you.
How dare you? This is over.